cafe anyway. Hey.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And Motown Philly's back again. Doing a little Mike's Daily Podcast. This is the podcast with Mike Matthews, and he does it on this podcast place. You hear this podcast wherever that is. I think you got great taste. We're at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. It's wonderful. And I'm sitting here with Sally, my lovely lady friend. Your name's Sally all of a sudden. Mike's Daily Podcast. You can shout something and maybe they'll hear you real quick. Go ahead, shout.
Shout, shout,
Daily
let it all out.
Podcast. Excellent. Yeah! Tears for Fears has a new album. I am sorry. I'm having a little misophonia with my listening to my voice now. I'm like, is this the right? Okay. Lovely lady friend, did you see this gadget I have?
It's amazing.
It's called Valley Audio. It's a microphone processor. The only problem is yours truly doesn't know what knobs I'm supposed to be turning or twisting in order to make it sound right. So I don't know how good it is. What did you say something? What? Okay. Your mic is off. Mike is always off. Hi, I'm Mike Matthews. Enough of those jokes, the similarities between my name and a microphone's name. It's episode 2320. Today we're going to talk about pets. The podcast pictured today, by the way, features Mike Matthews with his pet friend, his pet pig. Not a pet peeve, but a pet pig that he met at Six Flags over Texas. Which, by the way, I had somebody comment to me on YouTube, and they are from Dallas.
And here's today's podcast picture.
It turns out they're from Dallas, and they moved from Dallas to San Francisco. I think his name is Isaac. I think he said he subscribed to my YouTube channel in Dallas. Yeah, so I've got a subscriber. Nowhere near as many subscribers as your cousin Sylvia. Cousin Sylvia's got a scrapbooking channel. Yeah. No, your mic is off. No one heard you say woo. Okay, I'll turn it up again here. You can say woo.
Woo!
There we go. Basil the Boxer should have had his own channel. Actually, in the early days of YouTube, I did upload a couple of pictures when he was just a year or two old. He was great. And he's immortalized in the Mike's Daily Podcast radio show program, podcast, whatever we want to call it. I was talking to Vince, who has a podcast called Vince in the Bay. He hasn't done a new one in a while, but he has a podcast, and it is he has a website, vinceinthebay.com. And he and I were discussing how people still don't understand what a podcast is. If you say podcast, yes, you who's listening, you found how to listen to a podcast, so that's how you were listening now. But like a lot of people still think, like your cousin Sylvia's husband, who also has a YouTube channel, Carlos, he's like, yeah, I do a podcast. No, he does not. He's doing a YouTube video channel, which is completely different. A podcast is audio-based because it came from the iPod that people used to have once upon a time. And now that's gone. That got absorbed into cell phones and smartphones, but we still say podcast. So there. Why did I explain all that? I don't know, but just to say Sylvia's got more subscribers than me, and you should check out her channel. I'm going to find it. But the podcast picture is from when we were in Texas visiting Sylvia and Carlos and all of my lovely lady friends, wonderful family, and we were at Six Flags over Texas. The first Six Flags, I found out. all of the other ones stemmed from that. Subscriber. This is here. I subscribed to, where are my subscribed shows? Has Sylvia done a new? What this layout is? Oh, here it is. Here it is. It is called. No, it's not NASA. It's not Yankee in the South. Not Carpetbagger. Scrapping Sylvia. There we go. Scrapping Sylvia. She's got 133 subscribers. Help her make it to 134. I believe I was her 130th, wasn't I? So I'm very honored. But she's smart and teaches you all kinds of cool art stuff. I got to be in her art studio, her scrapbooking studio, and it was beautiful. I'll have to post a podcast picture from that. But instead, from Six Flags, over Texas, a picture of myself and a pig man. He's actually known as Piggy. And he scared me because he had a chainsaw. And that will do it. A piggy with a chainsaw. And speaking... Oh, I think I just lost my mic processor. My mic processor just turned off. How weird is that? Something else I learned watching the Carpetbagger show on YouTube. He has been hitting all of these haunted places throughout America, and he went to this, I think it's called the Dent Schoolhouse. It's in Cleveland, Ohio, and it is pretty scary. It is based out of an old high school, and there is some, there was, let's see, you walk through a mess hall, like the cafeteria for the school, and of course there's all kinds of disgusting stuff in there. And why did I bring that up? The Six Flags, the piggy. Yeah. Oh, what I was thinking, the piggy. It was a haunted house thing. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. The piggy thing in Six Flags over Texas was very short compared to what Carpetbagger was walking through. This thing ended with a room full of suds. You saw Blue Man Group, and they poured suds into the audience like those old raves and stuff. Just suds, foam everywhere. There's a room just covered in foam, and the Carpetbagger is trying to film it with his camera, and the foam's getting into his camera. He's getting completely... Wow. So I haven't been in one of those yet. One of those haunted houses. I just don't... Are we going to do Pirates of Emerson? We should do that this year. That's our close by scary haunted house. And I'm also on the commercial. Okay, really quick. As we've gone quite a while now, we're going to talk about pets real quick.
Talking about Misophonia?
You want to... Well, you're 20 feet away from the microphone. How are you supposed to talk about misophonia if you're 20 feet from the microphone? You going to talk about it? What is it?
We're going to talk about it. Right?
Yeah, okay. You have to put the mouth by the microphone, otherwise you're going to give the listener misophonia. So,
is this close enough?
Yeah, we can hear the rustling of your...
That might unintentionally that might be a trigger sound for our misophonic friends.
Yes, Gore-Tex jackets cause it. What is it, oh lovely lady friend?
Well, it is a...
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what gives Mike misophonia, is when you're 20 feet from the microphone. And unfortunately, this is exactly what is happening in today's society with all the talking people are doing from their computers. They don't know where the microphone is, so they're 20 feet away and it's all echo. I hate it. Okay, go ahead.
How about now?
That's perfect.
Yeah. Love, it's late and I'm like tired, loopy. You
got it.
So let's try this. I'm going to say that misophonia is probably a neurological disorder where people have a really extreme reaction to certain sounds. Like it can actually trigger an aggressive response in people, like angry, fight, flight kind of thing.
Would that be like smacking your lips?
The trigger sounds, it's different for everybody, but yeah, usually it involves body-based sounds. So mouth sounds are a big one, and we were just reading an article about how breathing, loud breathing. No, see, that doesn't bother me. That's not the kind of breathing that bothers me. It's not that either.
No.
Do it again. No.
Through the nose?
No. That doesn't. No. If I hear it, I would let you know.
Okay, thank you. Well, so that's a thing, and maybe what we're saying is what Lovely Lady Friend experiences, maybe what you're experiencing as well. You get agitated around certain people that make sounds like the rustling of Gore-Tex jackets.
Yeah, it could be chewing.
Oh, I can't stand chewing.
Certain chewing sounds, mouth sounds. People who chew gum really loudly.
Yeah.
It's like that lip smacking, like that kind of thing.
Does that make you go crazy just hearing it?
That does make me crazy. Yes.
Let's see.
I have a really strong reaction to it where I need to either remove myself or I have to take the gum out of the person's mouth.
I was going to talk about pet stuff, but this is way more interesting. Plus, this article, I was going to pull out a Costco connection, which I've been relying on too much lately. It just said all the same stuff. Walk your dog. The stuff I've been saying for over 2,320 episodes. Hey, quick question.
What?
Continue with your misophonia. You want to talk about pets? What are your suggestions? What's a good pet tip for?
I feel unheard and unvalidated right now because here I am pouring my heart out about misophonia and my reactions, and you're talking about pets.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want to talk about pets. I want to talk about misophonia.
But you were reading the magazine.
Well, I was scanning it. I didn't read it. I scanned it. While you were talking about misophonia, which you've told me about, we were having a discussion before this, and you were explaining it to me, and you read the whole Wikipedia definition, and so I know all about it. Not all about it, but I know about it. So now I was allowing you time on my podcast to explain it to the wonderful Mike's Daily Podcast listener.
While he was flipping through the Costco magazine article and deciding whether he wanted to read tips from there.
Is this you trying to make me feel guilty? Is that what this is?
Here, wait, give me that. No. Yeah, exactly.
Are we done with that whole thing? Do you have
Are
more?
we, Mike? Are we done?
Oh, gosh.
Are you regretting bringing me on tonight?
You knew it was a matter...
In my loopy state.
It was a matter of time before she and I would get to this state in our relationship. You were like, oh, Mike and his lovely lady friend, they're so happy. And now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty and talking about misophonia.
Yeah.
No, that's good. We should talk about this stuff. That's good. Is there anything else before I cut you off with Madame Rutabaga?
I would love to hear if anybody has these kinds of quirks.
Yes, call 336MM Daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews, Daily as in what this podcast has been now for a couple of days. That's the Cafe Anyway private line.
Maybe Madame Rutabaga is...
Hello, Michael Mass. It's Madame Rutabaga. Hello, lovely lady friend. Ooh.
Hello, Madam.
Do you know what I don't like about them when I have the misophonia is not when people are chewing the gum, but when they are trying to do a Zoom call and they're 50 feet away from the microphone.
Madam,
Yeah.
I did that to Mike. Our friend Mike. Not the Mike.
Are you saying jokes about Mike, the guy who is doing the podcast, or the instruments that we are using in order to record our voices?
Both.
Ooh. Wow. She's working on all kinds of levels. Lovely lady friend. Madam Rutabaga, do you like lovely lady friend? Yes. Do you want to go to Six Flags over Texas and ride a roller coaster with her? Yes.
Aw.
Do you have misophonia? No. Wait, I thought she just said... I'm all confused. Look who else is here. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parenting attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Mike, I get misophonia when the Bison Bentley says, do you know that? Yeah, do you know that? What? Do you know that? I guess that would annoy me too. Lovely lady friend, what advice would you give to Valentino because of the issue that he has?
Wait, I kind of... I zoned out for a sec. What's his issue? Are you regretting bringing me on, love? What? Can you repeat that?
I bet you...
Bison...
I bet you other podcast hosts do things that annoy the listener. Oh, remember I used to love that Hungry Girl podcast?
Yes.
What was the thing she used to do that really annoyed me? She would say something like...
Something about she would list off the calories?
Yeah. And it's got 50 calories. I don't know why that would annoy me. Oh, human beings. We're so weird. And we get all agitated over things.
If we want to eat a donut that is probably 5,000 calories, we don't want to be reminded of that as we're shoving the donut goodness into our mouth.
Exactly. I feel really bad now because I did not... Oh, vocal fry. That's another thing.
That's what...
Vocal fry.
That's actually a trigger sound for misophonia.
That is more annoying than anything you have talked about. Oh, the way women and...
Not just women.
Men? Oh,
women.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Men as well?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. But, okay, you hear it a lot on NPR, and you hear it because the person that's voicing NPR, National Public Radio, they have those little stories, those little This American Life things, and people just get so bored with what they're saying. And I love it when people put a "g" at the end of words that end with an "ing." Inga. So list all the things that annoy you. At 336 Daily. That's 3 plus 3 equals 6. Is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast is. Hey, the other thing is when I say hey, and also comment in the comment section. I hear that. It drives me crazy. Comment in the comment section. Hey, do you know what Sylvia's husband's YouTube channel is? Does she have a link? A link?
Oh, it was like
Milk?
Business Connections or Fusion? Business Fusion, I think.
Oh my gosh, I think you are right on it. Why is this mic cable in the middle of my keyboard outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley?
I think that was Madam Rutabaga.
Business Fusion. You know what? Maybe he hasn't made his channel public yet. Does he go by his real name?
I don't know.
Business Fusion. You know what? He hasn't gone live. Wait, is that him? No. Carlos Brito, CEO of
No.
Anheuser-Busch.
No.
Nope, he hasn't gone live. Okay, when he does, I'll pass along Sylvia Husband's. But check out Scrapping Sylvia. So Sylvia said the coolest thing. Oh, look what's in my suggestion on YouTube as you're rubbing your Gore-Tex. Steve Perry, Noah Racing. That's a song he put out 3 years ago, Steve Perry. Who looks more and more like a scary mobster's grandmother. I don't know what that means, but if I had his voice, I don't care what I would look like at his age.
Yeah, really.
But hey, he's still got his hair, so who am I to say? Eyes bald.
Love.
Vincent
You have a lovely bald head.
Thank you, my love. Vince in the Bay said, don't go see the new James Bond.
Oh,
He did not like it.
really?
He said the ending was terrible.
Well, you know who? Our lovely friends who have the karaoke parties.
Yes.
She told me she saw it.
Oh, of course.
Was
She goes and sees any movie.
The two of them.
She went and saw that awful Jungle Book movie. Or not Jungle Book. Jungle Cruise. Jungle Book was an awesome movie. The first one, not the whatever remake. I'm the king of the jungle. The jungle VIP. I've got sick of being a monkey, and that's what's bothering me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. I want to talk like you. Walk like you. You see, it's true that an ape like me. Monkeys and apes are not the same. So you to be, like you. Phil Harris was the voice of the bear. Look for the bare necessities. It's Mother Nature's recipe to keep the bare necessities of life.
Do you know what? I never watched The Jungle Book.
It's a short movie.
I've never seen it.
It's short. It goes by so fast. I think that's why it was such a hit. And I think it was one of the last movies Walt Disney actually worked on. I'm sorry, love. Did I cut you off?
No. Did I make you sensitive to cutting me off now?
I think I am, and now I'm worried that we missed something about Bison Bentley. I think you were trying to psychoanalyze Bison Bentley.
I think we cut Bison Bentley off.
Uh-oh. Well, unlike the Brewmaster who just will cut you, we cut off Bison Bentley. I'm sorry.
We did.
But, so yes, the James Bond movie, apparently, according to Vince in the Bay, not...
Well, what didn't he like about it? Did he elaborate?
He said, you just have to really not give a hoot about the plot or anything. You just got to go in, be entertained. Because afterwards, your brain's going to go, but didn't he... But wouldn't that, if he... Huh?
Well, I mean, it's freaking 007. This is not like... I don't know.
Who was your favorite?
I can't think. I can't think right now. I'm like, what's that? Rosebud. What's that movie?
Citizen Kane.
This is not freaking Citizen Kane.
That's right. Love, I think we're going to wrap it up and end it right there and tie a little bow on it.
Oh, I like where it goes.
I don't know where you went last night, but I see you won first prize.
What's that?
That's the Scotsman. Did you ever hear that?
No.
It's a great song about a Scottish guy wearing a kilt and he falls asleep, and some people walk by and see him, and they're going to see. Is it really true that Scotsmen don't wear anything under the kilts? So he wakes up. And I guess someone tied a bow.
What?
On his finger.
That is horrible.
It had nothing to do with what you're thinking. So but That says a lot about the human brain, doesn't it? No, go listen to the song. I don't want to ruin it for you, which I think I just have. But listen, next show it's going to be the wonderful, Shelley Schuhart, Floyd the Floor Man, John Deere the Engineer. Oh. I think I'll have a lot more listeners to this podcast simply because you were on it, lovely lady friend.
People are going to be disappointed.
And they should be, because you know what? People are just spoon-fed everything in this life, and they need to just stop. And they need to be disappointed once in a while. And I feel very proud to have disappointed you.
Yes, this is our duty to humanity, love. We're trying to encourage people to become more resilient.
Yeah.
By facing their disappointments head on.
There you go.
Turning lemons into lemonade.
Perfect.
That's what we're doing.
That's
here
right. Excellent. And we've done an excellent job.
Yes.
All right, now let's go to sleep. and I'll try not to snore and make mouth sounds to annoy anybody who might hear me sleeping. Next show, I mentioned that already. So why don't we just wrap it up? Oh, by the way, if you want to hear me, I'm going to be on Sunday on a radio station that actually there's a link at MikesDailyPodcast.com, and you can hear me play the greatest hits, some very fun, upbeat dancing music from the You'll be reliving the 80s, a little bit of the 90s, and some of the 70s too. And my lovely lady friend, she often is listening, and she'll suddenly say out of nowhere, "Hey, hey, 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 ooh, won't you try to pretend it's my feeling of bare necessities, it's Mother Nature's a piece." Thank you so much, lovely lady friend, for being on the show.
Thank you, Mike.
Spread the news about Mike's Daily Podcast. Yous will be so greatly. I will be thanking you next time. Disappointed listener. We're out. Should I keep singing?
No!
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!